Morning. Smoking the Niagara Falls pipe. Yes, the souvenir pipe that I bought, I don't know, 8 months ago or so. Um, Reason I am is because, well, it's my morning pipe. And, yeah, I figured it's close to Stockbridge, Massachusetts, where Norman Rockwell had his studio. Niagara Falls is. I don't think it's too far away. Anyway, that's who we're going to talk about today, old Norman Rockwell and our faithful friends. Yes, I got a tin of Norman Rockwell Faithful Friend about 2 weeks ago. I've been wanting to do some history on Norman Rockwell, and well, yeah, sorry, I'm getting my laptop set up there. Yeah, the director's not here today, so we should have probably done that beforehand. But I've been really wanting to do some history on Rockwell, and I found this article. It was short and sweet, and I think I'm going to read it. It's very short, so don't get worried. We're not going to go into a whole over the top. Let's take 30 minutes to film a video because I'm not really into that. So, and today we're smoking, well, my teacup, got the pinky out. This is called the Cobbler, and it's, well, by Norman Rockwell, and it is from the Rockwell Museum in Stockbridge. So I don't know where I came up with this, but I do have some Rockwell stuff because I really like his stuff. And if you ever get to Hannibal, Missouri, and go to the Mark Twain, not his museum about him, but the museum up the street that's like a welcome center and a museum, up in the upper floor of that, the third floor, they have tons of Rockwell stuff, like signed just sketches before he made some of his famous paintings. They got some really good stuff there. So if you're ever in Hannibal, check that out. Went with my pinky there. Have a little drink of tea. And we'll get the show on the road. But first, before we get it on the road completely and start talking about Mr. Rockwell himself, let's talk about faithful friends. I know we all got some, from Smarty Bob, Papa Bear, trying to think, Cliff at Pipe Ninja, and Jandy's Pipe Dreams. I'm sorry about your puppy, man. That's a terrible thing. That's one of the reasons, actually, I wanted to do this video today, because I love my dog. I know everybody out there loves their dog. St. David's Pipe has a dog. We never see St. David's Pipe's dog, so I'm not sure about that, David. I'm not sure about that. Not sure. He has a cat, too, so yeah. Truck and Piper Bob has dogs. Oh, and we can't forget Dixie at Truck and Piper. Doug. Yeah. All right. Faithful friends, Norman Rockwell, and we got that covered for news. The Last Owl Hoot channel has, well, it's underway. So if you want to check it out, punch in The Last Owl Hoot, go to that channel. I'm going to put some of my creative stuff over there. I'm going to do some reading, which is going to be my next video. I've got a brand new video over there. It's called B Westerns, like the old B serial movies and such. And it's just an instrumental with, I don't know, 6-7 ditties on it. So if you want to check that out, go ahead. I'm not sure why you'd want to. I snuck it in under you. I put it out yesterday. I did get one view, no comments or likes, and I'm not sure why. Oh, yeah, because I just said I'm not sure why you'd want to check it out, because I'm not sure why 512 or 13 of you check me out weekly. But I appreciate it very much. It's been a fun trip, a fun ride. Smoking Buddy Matt left a comment yesterday about the ride, and the ride can be overwhelming at times, especially the more subscribers you get, the more you subscribe to people. Sometimes you just got to lay back and take it all in and just take a little break from it. So I get it. But it's been a great trip, man. I love it. Like I said, if you want to check out The Last Owl Hoot, go ahead. If you don't, that's fine too. And a little tidbit of news on that. I don't know if I should be telling this, but she's not around, so she can't hear me. Yeah. Mrs. Hoot, who is a huge fan of children, she's great with them. Great with my granddaughter. She's great with our kids. And probably raised them a little more than I did. But anyway, she taught Sunday school for a lot of years, and she loves talking to children. So, and she made a puppet. I showed it in a video a long time ago when I was giving a shout out to Mike at Old Man's Things, which is now Old Coots Theater. Not Old Man's Things is, but it was YTPC Puppet Theater, something like that. Now it's Old Coots Theater. If you haven't checked that out, check that out as well. Um, but my cousin recently gave us some very thick old bedtime storybooks, and I think she's just going to do some readings because I think she had a really good time reading her Christmas deal. So I'll let you know when she gets around to that. But she's looking for some wardrobe for that, so she wants to do a pretty cool channel. So, and she reads very well, way better than I do. Speaking of reading, if you're going to stick around till the end of this, I'm going to read right now, but I'm giving you fair warning. So if you want to go click, go ahead, because we're going to do it right now. All right, this is from plannedman.com. It's a little bit about Rockwell. And I also found at the top of this, I don't know if Rockwell said this, but somebody said this, and it says, and I agree totally. And my wife even agrees with that, so that's kind of cool. Pipe smoke is to cigarette smoke as spring water is to raw sewage. I believe that. Yeah, cigarettes. I hate the smell of them. And I had a lot of cereal when I was a kid with cigarette smoke because everybody smoked. Didn't matter the time of day or what. Anyway, here we go. My dad served as art director to the late artist Norman Rockwell for about a decade in the 1970s, when Rockwell was working on his Boy Scout paintings. From time to time, I would make the trip to Stockbridge, Massachusetts with my dad to see the great painter. I remember his pigeon-toed feet. There's a little bit of history on Rockwell and something I didn't know. The smoke-filled studio, and worrying that the lanky old man would dump his pipe ashes in the copper bucket near his easel that held his oil paint-covered rags, and we'd all go up in flames. A pipe seemed to be a permanent fixture on Norman Rockwell's face. You rarely see a photo of him without it. His Dunhill, another tidbit, apparently he smoked a Dunhill. Now I did read something that he smoked a Sassiani, honey, something like that. If anybody knows about that, let me know too, because I'm pretty interested in the Rockwell history, but there's a lot of it. His Dunhill was an important element in his self-branded image, says the Norman Rockwell Museum in Stockbridge. Yes, we were just talking about the one in Stockbridge. And the article goes on to kind of wrap up and says, I don't know what brand of tobacco Norman Rockwell smoked, but it turns out you can get a taste of something similar by grabbing a tin of Norman Rockwell portrait pipe tobacco. Well, I didn't get that, and I think there's 4 or 5 tins out there of different Rockwell stuff, and I got this on sale, and I've been wanting to try some Rockwell, but once again, I got the faithful friend. Why? Well, because I love my dog, and many of you do out there as well. And it features a pencil sketch of him on the cover of the tin, pipe in mouth, peering around the side of his easel. And that's pretty famous. You see a few depictions of Rockwell doing that. I've got a depiction of him doing it actually framed, and you guys might see it in some of my stuff from the Learned Goat Lounge, where I shoot some stuff every now and then, and where I started out shooting stuff. I don't so much anymore because nobody likes me smoking the pipe in the upstairs. But anyway, I've got this picture, and it shows him peering around the easel, and it's Bonnie Parker holding a shotgun to Clyde Barrow's belly, and that's kind of an iconic photograph. Clyde has his hands up, and it's just a neat picture all around. 3 icons. One of them a nice guy, the other 2 not so nice, female or male. Yeah. And you can debate all day whether they were heroes or not, but in the end, they were pretty ruthless, I believe. So anyhow, just some small stuff on Rockwell. I was going to do history, like I said, but I found this article. I kind of just liked how short and sweet it was. Told us what kind of pipe he smoked, and that he was pigeon-toed. And yeah, so I'm enjoying The Faithful Friend. I don't do reviews. It smells like Edward G. Robinson on steroids to me. And a lot of you guys like Edward juice. You might try the Faithful Friend. Other than that, it doesn't really have a topping to me. It's supposed to be an aromatic somewhat, but probably not aromatic enough for me. But I do put it in with my breakfast fans, and I enjoy it. And would I buy it again? Maybe, maybe. I'd rather buy a Rockwell painting, I will be honest. It's a little moist as well, so it takes a few lights to get it going. Anyway, pat your faithful dogs on the front. Pat your faithful friends on the head. And on my head, I'm going to give you a tip of the haberdashery. Bid you an hasta luego. We'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to, well, shake them tins or jars. And, yeah. Adios.